Continuing resolutions. They've become a way of life in Congress.
I reached an agreement with Leader McConnell on a continuing resolution.
And they've been turning to them fairly frequently over the past few decades.
I'll introduce a continuing resolution.
Continuing resolution is not a way to proceed.
So what exactly is a continuing resolution? For that, let's crack open our DC dictionary. In short, a continuing resolution, or a CR, is a temporary funding measure that Congress can use to fund the government for a limited amount of time. But really, it's just a way to kick the can down the road. Arguing over what goes in a defense spending bill? Turn to a CR. Avert a shutdown without dealing with the budget? Once again, it's a CR to the rescue. You might also hear it called stopgap funding because it fills in the gap between approved budgets. These 12 entities are funded through appropriations bills, or discretionary spending bills. So each year, Congress has to approve their budgets, or they can pass a CR. And if they don't,
government shutdown.
There are generally 6 parts to a continuing resolution. 1. Format. What's exactly covered? 2. Time. They can go as short as a day or as long as several months. Next, money. Most often, CRs fund the government at its current level, so whatever rate you had before will continue. But funding can increase or decrease for specific activities. 4. New spending. That's a no-go for a CR. If it wasn't approved in the previous budget, it isn't happening now. 5. Abnormalities. Think of this as your rainy day fund or your what-if money. Finally, policy writers. This is supposed to deal with things like extending a tax provision, but it's also where members can stick in their own pet projects. Fall and wintertime are generally CR season because too often Congress doesn't pass their spending bills by the October 1st deadline. In fact, that hasn't happened since 1997. From 97 until 2021, Congress passed 126 continuing resolutions. Now that you know what a CR is, want another phrase broken down for our next DC dictionary? Let me know.